Hello everybody, welcome back. I have a fun little brew today. This is Dr. Chekhov's Viego Norra I saw him doing really well with on the ladder. And I wanted to give it a try because Norra is one of my favorite champions. And Viego is one of my least played champions. I don't know why, but I just never actually played Viego ever since they added the Mastery update. Literally, these are my first games I've ever played on Viego. I was trying him out this morning. And it was a lot of fun. I started off with a few really good, clean games. And then I lost a few, but I felt like I should have won them. So I really determined to come back with a vengeance and win some games here tonight. Almost ranked up out of gold, but like I said, kind of fell short. So hopefully we can get to plat today. I'm a little interested in the early game removal. That's the area where my focus has felt the most stark in games. We run 1 Pie Toss, 3 Hate Spikes, 3 Pokestick, 2 Soul Harvest, 3 Vile Feast. So it seems like a lot of early removal. But I keep running into situations where I really want to Quietus. And we don't run any, and I'm curious if we should. But I ran into several situations where my opponent in Freljord decks got the +2/+0 Overwhelm equipment, and I couldn't deal with it because I couldn't draw my last Vengeance. And a Keeper of the Sands deck with that like a 2-mana 4/4 equipment or whatever onto Akshan plus Absolver, and I just didn't have a Vengeance and I couldn't stop it. So we obviously have so many removal options that maybe it's just a few little unlucky games where we couldn't draw into it. But the game has felt pretty easy to close out. We have a lot of ways to create Norra units for free. Vile Feasts, Camivorn Soldier. Both our Viego and our Invasive Hydravines are crazy win conditions on their own, but they also help level up Norra if she's not leveled by that point. I also have really enjoyed Grave Companion. This was the first time I used the card. 4 mana, 1/5 each round. The first time another ally dies, draw 1. This is really good in your deck. If you're playing an aggro deck and you have to chump block with your junk constructs, you get the portal plus a draw. Or when your wraiths die from Viego, you just get all this extra card draw, which is really good for finding your answers and flooding out all your portals. So it's been pretty good for me. I'm excited to give it a try, and let's get into some games. Hey Max, what's up? How are you doing? As we get into the games, if you're on YouTube, I always upload the streams obviously to YouTube so you can watch. But why not come join live? Come say hi. You can chat for a little bit. Recommend some decks. Bard Norra. Okay, this one seems like a little bit of a tough one. We're never going to be able to like aggro them down. So things like our Viego and our Hydravine are probably going to be pretty important. I don't even know if it's worth it to go with a Pokestick here. I'll probably keep a Pokestick. We don't need the Vile Feast. Like, it's not a pure aggro deck that we're playing against. But something like a Bird the Bellbringer, I'll want to ping it off and we get to some card draw out of it. I'd like to stick a Norra attack on turn 3. I don't know how likely that is into Esmus and Norra, but... okay. Pretty reasonable here. I can take the trade if they're willing. If not, we can try to be a little cheeky here. I'll think about it. We'll just see what they do. But I'm thinking if they play a Norra of their own, should I hate spike this? I think it might be reasonable. We get to kill their Norra and get our own Norra strike in. I feel like that's maybe a little worth it. I don't know. I think it's worth it. Because at this point in the game, I don't think they'll have too many answers to protect their Norra. So I think if we can level our Norra faster than them, that's one way we can win this game, because eventually the Bard Chimes are just going to outstat us. What the heck? That was quick. Okay, so that's not good. I'll just start with a Pokestick here. We kill the bird, and hopefully we're going to hit one of these portals to start chump blocking. I don't want to take a billion damage. This deck doesn't run the new silly little guy? No, it doesn't. I don't think there's any reason not to chump block here. He's never attacking. So I'm just going to throw him away. Oh, you have access to the deck list on Twitch? Yeah. I know what you mean, though. The little 1/1 last breath create copies of me in deck or whatever. I'm just gonna use Glimpse Beyond on this portal, I think. Or on the Scattered Husk. I don't think I care about the 1 health on the Junk Construct. So I'm just gonna use this as a draw in order to get Junk Construct on the board as well. 3 Viegos, okay. I don't know if that's great. But we have a lot of units, actually. That's actually kind of funny. So, we have our high end. Oh, I totally forgot. I know what card you're talking about. The card, the O3 that creates more boons, but that's definitely more for my opponent's deck. Yeah. I do like that card, though. I've never actually experimented with that card yet. I kind of want to see what it's like. This probably isn't the deck for it, but yeah, that's actually kind of funny. I could probably get Viego down here. They can't push much damage, and they can't attack with Bard. I think this is a pretty good turn to play Viego. I suppose we just end the round. We can't really do too much else. What if I just start with a Viego's Despair onto Bard? Is that reasonable? How do we attack with this guy, Mr. Thrift? Oh, see, when you said in chat, this deck doesn't run the new silly little guy, does it? Mr. Thrift? I thought you were making some joke calling me Mr. Thrift. I was like, I don't know where you got that nickname from. But no, that's the actual name of the card. That's so funny. Okay, I don't know why I didn't know that. That's pretty good. What if we just use another Viego's Despair, actually? That seems kind of reasonable. I don't know. I'm gonna go for it. I feel like this is somewhat reasonable because Bard and Mr. Thrift seem like they can actually be troublesome little chime engines. And this is our best way of stopping things like this coming down. Okay. I'm just gonna attack with Norra. Again, they don't have any keywords, they just have big stats. And eventually we just kind of win if that's the route, I think, at this point, because we can go Hydrovine, Norra's gonna level soon, Chump Block forever. As long as I don't have their own Norra. I really would like to get a Hydrovine down. I hope they attack. It's really awkward for them to attack, isn't it? It literally just levels our Viego. But if they attack, it's so good for us. It levels our Viego, and we're desperate for board space.
This will not stand. You cannot stop me.
Even if they have a mini-morph at this point, for our Viego, the 2 Hydrovines should be enough to help close out this game pretty quickly. This is kind of a funny little mirror match. I'm enjoying this. Wait, why did I get to play a card before our Norra leveled? That's so funny, like the Hydrovine trigger didn't go off until after their action. That's a little funny. Oh. Wow, look how far behind their Norra is. It's actually kind of hilarious. Oh, baby. Doesn't do much. We've already killed one bard. Do we just rib a vengeance on Norra? I think so. Do we? Does Norra matter? I feel like she kind of matters. I want to see if they play a bard. I'm okay with them blocking like this. It'll just summon another Wraith, I think.
I remember this is Tempest style.
I'm just gonna kill Norra. I don't know. I'm a little worried that if Bard goes kind of crazy. But we've already killed one Bard, right? Does Viego level soon?
Ready the torches.
Maybe.
Command you.
I think he levels here. The Elnook. Well, that's funny. That's actually kind of a dead draw, I think. So I'm happy to see that. And we can go King of Vorn Soldier here. And that well, Vega's leveling. We're looking pretty alright here. If we draw Atrocity, Vega's gonna be almost 15 power soon as well. I think we're in a really good spot. I think our opponent's gonna have a really hard time without any of these keywords. We can just chump block indefinitely now. They don't have any answers for our champions. Nice. That's pretty wild. And we got the next Viego too. Okay. This game is surely locked up. Oh, that's actually kind of funny. We can't use Viego's Despair on Norra. I mean, it plants a portal, but does it do anything? What if I just use the next Viego's Despair? It gets them a portal, but I don't even know if it matters. I'm gonna kill this Norra with Viego's Despair. They get a portal, it doesn't matter, because unless they have another Norra, their third Norra, it won't be the big mysterious portals. Okay, yeah, that game, and then we could just grant their next champion vulnerable with the Bakai unit we had in hand. That was a pretty wild game. Pretty cool. I hope Viego's talking about Norra. Very cool. That was a fun one. Fizz Akshan. Alright. This is the cheeky version with things like Ruin Runner. I believe Ruin Runner and Papercraft Dragon. Puzzling Signpost. I don't think that'll be too effective in this matchup. I don't mind this hand. Junk Construct on turn 2. We could play Camavorn Soldier on turn 3. Or Junk Construct plus Hate Spike to kill an Akshan. At least try to kill an Akshan.
Good people don't look the other way.
Fizz Akshan? I've not seen or heard of this. I don't know if it's a new one, but it's very cheeky. I like Yordle Portal. It's like a burst speed blocker. But yeah, they use things like I don't know, Max. I don't know if you were around for this. Were you around for the Ruin Runner, the 6/3 Overwhelm Spell Shield unit, and then they just attach the Papercraft Dragon to it, so it gets a double strike on like a what 8/8 Overwhelm Spell Shield unit. It's pretty nasty, yeah. Because it's just so hard to interact with, which is a little annoying. Oh, you've seen it before, but not Darkest Prime? Gotcha. Challenger. Well, that's pretty interesting. I like that a lot. That was a good draw. I really hope this goes on my Camavorn Soldier, since it's the one I'm playing, not summoning. 3/4 Challenger. That's pretty good. Hopefully this just like shuts down their turn. Or if they play like their 3/3 Vacorn Vagabond, I'll still kill that. Or maybe I won't. Yeah, this is totally fine. We run Pokestick and Vile Feast. These guys don't matter. I'm just going to try to hold them hostage so they can't play their champions.
We're not taking it. We're taking it back.
Should I kill that? Kind of tempted. Why would they do that? Unless they have a pump spell. This is much more valuable going after an Akshan or a Fizz in the future than gambling to try to kill their stupid 3-job. Like, this doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things.
We love it when they run.
That's not bad. I'll start with a Pokestick. I would really like to draw my Norra or a Viego soon. There we go. So, if they take this attack, I'll just take the block. I won't Glimpse Beyond. I'm pretty okay to let Merciless Hunter die. And then we can go Junk Construct Norra this turn.
Oh dear.
I would like to be able to open attack with Norra next turn. So if they don't have a Fizz, I'll just play Norra and open attack. Interesting. I wonder why. I wonder why they care about the Fearsome there. Obviously, like, it's better to have the Fearsome than not, but... So I'll open attack. We could run into a Quicksand. But that's not the worst thing in the world. If they go Quicksand, they'll have 4 mana left this turn. That seems fine.
Off we go. Back off, baddies.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy if they go Quicksand, just to use Glimpse Beyond. If they don't have it, we start to get more portals. This Yordle portal also could level up Norra very quickly. I'm a little spooked if they have the Ruin Runner combo. We don't have a Ping Spell yet. And so like, if we have to go like Ping Spell Ruination or Ping Spell Vengeance,
Quick hands.
that gets hit pretty hard by a Righting Negation.
Doors to adventure.
Okay, we have 4 portals plus a Yordle portal. So our Norra is almost certainly going to level next turn.
Arda's gonna make a meal of them. You dare to insult our school.
Oh. I didn't see that before. That's pretty cool. Yo, Chunky. Heck yeah, dude. Look at these card draws. Oh, baby.
I think I'm quite ready for a new adventure.
Yeah, Yordle Portal's nasty. I think it's a really good card. It's not exceptional, because it's like a 2-for-1. Like, you have to give Yordle Portal plus another card. Actually, I think this is fine for us. They give us an action to use Portalpalooza here. to get the even bigger ones.
The suspense is terrible.
And the second Norra. Let's go, baby. Oh my gosh, we're literally high rolling so hard right now. We just don't have a way to stop their Runeterra combo if they hit that. But this is fine.
Waddling away. Home is just
And we have a Hydrovine coming too. This is actually a pretty decent attack we have coming up here. I love this card too, by the way. Toxic emote. Okay, so they got our Norra. Next turn, I'll probably throw away these few dudes. Or at least not even throw them away, because they don't have many great trades. If they block with the Merciless Hunters, I'm okay with that. And then we can go Hydrovine afterwards.
master.
That's totally fine with me. Losing Norra's kind of whatever, but they invested a lot of cards, and I don't think this guy does anything on our deck. He's a good glimpse beyond target, I suppose, a good chump blocker. But I'll swing in here. I mean, I'm gonna swing in with this too, and just get room for our Hydrovine to start clicking.
We got it first. Quit struggling. You're dead meat.
Bubble Bear.
I can. I will.
Yeah, I think this is totally fine.
It's a trap. Out here, you're moving or you're dead.
Okay, we'll have 10 mana, so we'll have exactly enough for Vengeance, plus Puzzling Signposts on their Writing Negation. Oh my goodness, we're literally hitting so many of my favorite cards. Shadow Assassin, River Shaper. Alright, GG. That felt pretty good. I liked that game. I thought that was a really interesting play pattern. Ah, Gwen Kalista, okay. I don't know if I've played this matchup before, but I have played Gwen Kalista. It was fun. Soul Harvest seems pretty good. I don't think they play many pump spells. The main primary list doesn't run any spells except for 3 copies of Champion Strength and 1 copy of not a pump spell. I don't remember what the other one was. So Soul Harvest should hit both of their champs. Dragon Construct's obviously pretty nice in these matchups. Pokestick, any of our early game would be good here. I don't want to take too much damage, because once the hollow triggers start stacking up, it gets really difficult.
Another guest. Wonderful.
I don't think I should use Soul Harvest there. If they develop, I can go Junk Construct. Plus Soul Harvest, that doesn't seem great. Probably just gonna go Soldier here. Can block here, 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 whatever it is.
Allow me.
I think I'll block. I just want to save life at this point. The Fearsome is a little annoying until we can get our guys a little stronger. I think that still only costs 3, so that doesn't matter that the Mage Seeker Jr. is on board. Alright. This doesn't seem like the worst board state in the world. If we get one more turn, we can start getting Viego and Hydrovine on board. A little unfortunate. We're going to be taking some damage here now. Yeah, a little awkward draw. You're going to head out, Max? Alright, sounds good. 0 losses imminent. Have a nice night, Max. Yeah, this was a bit of a brutal start for us. I'd like to play this matchup again. We just didn't draw any of our early interaction at the right time. Like, I don't really want to be forced to play a Portal Palooza here on turn 5. Like, it's just such a gamble if we hit a unit or not. And now I don't even know if Viego's all that great. But I guess we can only play 1 unit anyways.
She waits for me beyond the mist, my queen.
Yeah, we are turbo dead.
Fate cannot stop me. Nothing can.
I enjoy that Gwen Kalista deck. I don't think Mage Seeker Jr. was the worst card for us there. It made like our Poké Sticks a little expensive. But I think that was mostly just we didn't quite hit the right card. What's the idea behind the deck? You're just like a really solid late game control deck in Shadow Isles with tons and tons of great card draw and unit creation. You have Norra to create a ton of portals. Yeah, essentially survive until you're big. You have Norra creates portals, Camera Vorn Soldier can create encroaching mists, which also count as Norra level up triggers. So it's like buffs up Viego, chump blocks, and gets your Norra level up. Super, super good. Lots and lots of card draw. Hydrovines get crazy big, and lots of removal. Like, there are some games when you can literally just win because you create so many created units that your Norra levels up very quickly. Things like Vile Feast, Camera Vorn Soldier, they all create these. I mean, that's brutal. Samira, always killing everything on turn 3, turn 2. I'm sure they'll take this attack, right? Okay, I was gonna say. I can go Camera Vorn Soldier into Grave Companion. Probably better than Junk Construct, because at least they're forced to invest some resource if they want to attack Camera Vorn Soldier. And we can at least attack with this for a significant amount of damage. Ah, that's really good. So Grave Companion. And I don't know. I'm gonna do this first. I'm gonna take my attack. Cause I'll just. Okay, that's also fine. Now at least if they have a pump spell, like an all out, they can't protect. They can't use the extra attack damage next turn. Not that it particularly matters. We don't have any interaction anyway. But I'm definitely gonna go Soul Harvest now, because I don't want them to be able to open attack and kill our Camera Vorn Soldier very easily. Even if they have another Samira next turn, whatever it might be. I'd like to get Grave Companion going. For example, we could even not play Junk Construct here because it's just a free kill for their Samira. And it leaves up mana in case we top deck a Hate Spike. Wild, she's leveled on turn 4. That didn't go well.
Don't hold anything back.
I think Samira is crazy. Yeah, I'm not gonna throw away more units. I'm just gonna try to stall out a little bit. But like, I don't know what to do now. They haven't even started their Seraphine shenanigans. Oh. Oh, they used Flare, that's right. Well, I'll take that then. I'll just pass. And hope they can't rally too easily. How do we win, though? Is Hydrovine gonna be enough? I don't know if they play stuff like Explorator. But once Seraphine can start doubling spells, I don't think he'll even live that long. Because our idea is if we're going to try to survive until we're big. I'm worried their late game is just stronger than ours. Okay, good cards, good cards.
Cup of tea? Fine by me. Off we go.
Do we attack with this? I don't think so. I don't think I should put it in range of Caustic Rift or any other 1 damage spell like the Victor spell. Just try to keep it alive to slow down whatever their game plan is for a little bit longer. Oh. I wonder how useful that is. Oh shoot, I'm such an idiot. I don't know why I thought Norra would live longer than half a turn. Oopsies. Yeah, Samira. There she goes. Man, that was obviously my mistake, but it still feels bad. I don't think they can kill Viego here.
Submission or death for all who live.
Never mind. Watch them get like Elixir of Wrath into the rally. They have to cast 5 cards this turn. Hopefully they can't do that. I'm gonna hope Viego levels quick enough to kill something. That's fine. I don't like this. This is getting awfully close. If they have one more pump spell. Well, I mean, even if Samira doesn't level right now. Are you kidding me? We're so dead. This is so brutal. I don't even know what to do. Is that not frustrating? I find that very frustrating. Their 2-jump is literally just winning the game. Obviously, like I said, I threw away that one Norra, but the rest... We've tried killing her multiple times. Like, I'm really terrified our Hydrovine's just gonna die this turn, you know? Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. They can just double everything. Seraphine's, or Samira's gonna be insanely big. I don't know. I think this one's kind of over like 3 turns ago. We can hunt for a kill spell rather than playing Hydrovine. That's not gonna do it. It's a start, but not quite good enough. I'll probably just take the wallop.
Astounding curiosities lie ahead.
We still have a way to go before they kill us, hopefully. I just don't know how we're ever surviving through all their rallies and all their double spells. I feel like this is kind of dead for us. I'll still play it out because I don't think we have a 0 chance of winning, but it's not looking good.
Hope they're watching.
I'm not gonna use the wall up here. Jeepers, okay. Let this go. And we can play Hydrovine and stun the Samira, because they're certainly going to be able to rally this turn. I guess... I mean, there's no way they can't kill us Hydrovine, right? Or at least, like, threaten the kill. But we can just wall up to stop Samira. Sure. I guess we can try to keep our Hydrovine alive with the puzzling signposts. I don't know if that'll be the most effective thing though. Okay, now we're ramping. We're scaling. Our encouraging mists are gonna start getting big. A Zombie bot might actually do something this game. I would love a leveled Norra off the top, please. Wait, how did he take so much damage? Oh, they used high note. Is it just another Hydrovine? Oh gosh, they're just gonna rally again. Yeah, that's a card.
Show me what you got.
What a shame.
Ooh, okay. Now we're getting close to Atrocity range. We do have a copy of Atrocity in the deck.
Blink and you'll miss me. Try to keep up. Hope they're watching.
Second Samira down? Did we kill one Samira earlier? I think we did, right? Did we? I don't know. Oh, jeepers. Oh, jeepers. Okay. This guy was obviously gonna die at some point. We still have some pretty good cards. Oh, that's good. Oh my gosh, I always love hitting Startled Stomper. That makes me happy. This is pretty good too. That's not good. Jeepers. What a deck. They're actually insane. It's like a two mana creature engine. I was literally like, they're low on cards. Yeah, no. I'm just like, with 1 mana. Maybe Viego off the top or Norra off the top can still save us here. Ooh, that's a good one. Again, we still have one atrocity in deck.
Let's try one octave higher.
Oh, are you kidding me? Wow. That's not good. I don't know if we're... that doesn't do anything. It doesn't even counter the spell. Jeepers, that's so bad for us. Oh my gosh, that was the one they created too. That's hilarious. Yeah, we're not looking so hot. Oh, that's really bad. Now if they have a Caustic Riff, we lose our Fearsome blocker. Okay. Okay. That's a nice one. Still Atrocities now for us. I don't even know if Samira's the bigger threat here at this moment. Maybe it is. Hate Spike. Oh no, not good. We still have some good draws, so we can still get out of this. They have to have an answer for this. Okay. Okay. Sputtering Song Spinner, that's not good. I was really hoping they'd only have like one card to try to do this, and then we could use Puzzling Signposts. But we can kill Seraphine at least this turn, hopefully. And we still have some draw. Some chump blockers.
Sure, it's a classic. But have you heard the remix?
Oh, tricky.
Let's hear it.
I can let this resolve. Ooh, man. This deck is absolutely insane. Oh my gosh. Did they just play that for the cheap version? I totally thought they were going to rip that for like... Oh no, it's a 0 mana because it's fleeting. Okay. That's still insane. What on earth is going on here? It's pretty wild. I'm just gonna try to play Glimpse Beyond this turn. I don't have the health on my units to keep them alive through any interaction. But I really need to find an answer here soon, don't I? I'll just try it. Force them to try to do something. Because if they're spending removal here, maybe they can't find their removal here. Because this guy still kills them. Or no, never mind, it doesn't. Jeepers. Do I use Puzzling Signposts here? I'm kind of desperate for the draw. And I don't think they're going to play many expensive spells that makes this worth it later on. Like, I kind of need to find a card draw. Double Pokey Stick. Okay, so if this guy gets to attack next turn, maybe we can just kill them. Norra? Norra? Leveled Norra? Super no, low. Oh, what do we do here? What do we do? Here's my plan. I'm gonna... Oh my goodness, no way. No, 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 no. Surely they can't kill us here, right? I'm gonna play Junk Contract here to get a portal in my deck. Okay, we have answers. Okay. Let's see. Norra, 18 created units.
I think I'm quite ready.
If they don't have the answer here,
Sure.
I'm gonna go Pokestick, face. So that way, we're super wide.
Look in a book and a
Plus they have to deal with the Norra portal, the Boomku Riki trigger, and all of our other units. This surely is going to work, right? It's actually funny that we've drawn more cards than them. Oh my goodness. They're just churning out the cards. Viego. Elusive? 4/4 elusive? Seraphine can die? Oh my gosh. Wild. I don't even know what to try here. Vile Feast or Soul Harvest. Their created cards could be countered either way. I'll just go with the Soul Harvest. It was a gamble either way. Like, they could have hit a pump spell defensively or offensively off of all those Encores. It was just a gamble. But we have a crazy attack here. Surely, right? Oh. Tricky. I don't think that does much, though.
Show me what you got.
Do they just have the burn? No way. Are you kidding me? I think we still get them. Hold on a second. Oh my gosh. The Vile Feast coming in clutch? No way. No way. What is going on here? Also, I shouldn't have Vile Feasted their Seraphine because it's easier for them to kill the Seraphine to stop the heal from going through. Surely they can't have... They have like 3 of the Celestial cards here. There's no way they have more, right? This is an insane game. I don't even know what's going on. Surely.
Catnap cheers the soul in a snap.
I thought we were dead like 10 turns ago. I don't know if our opponent's thinking through a line or just angry, because that was a close game. Wow. Good game. Holy smokes. I think I messed that game up really poorly in the early going. But I guess just survive till we get big, right? That's the game plan. They had a hard time killing us off, but it was close as heck. Have I tried dragons yet? I haven't. Have you found a good list? I'm certainly excited to give it a try, but I haven't actually played it yet. I saw the stats for it weren't very pretty. But I feel like in the right meta, it might actually be pretty decent now. Jaxby. Timelines. Like, this is a matchup where I'd really want to Quietus, but we don't even have one in the main deck. Main deck, as if there's sideboards in Legends of Runeterra. This isn't a bad hand, though. Ooh, the Shadow Owls version, that's pretty cool. Have you been impressed with the changes? Or are you mostly just playing it for fun? Getting rid of a Get Excited this early on is kind of wild. For standard? Gotcha. what do I do here? I think I'll just play Norra and open attack. Because if I play Junk Construct, I can't block anything well anyways. Like, I don't want to block Junk Construct into the Xynet Urchin, but this is probably the only Pokestick target I'll get all game. And I can't kill Jax this turn, so I'm just gonna get Norra on board. Like, if next turn they waste another Get Excited on Norra, we can just react with Hate Spike to kill Jax, and they're down 2 cards. I'm pretty happy with that. This is a ton of damage, though, and it doesn't feel great, but I think that's the best line we had available there. Grave Companion is actually kind of good in this matchup, too. This is Eternal, yeah. I'll see what they play next turn, because I'm okay with getting Grave Companion down this turn. Like, this is where I really want Quietus, right? That's a ton of damage, though. I don't know if I can take that. I think I'm just gonna go Junk Construct. Chump Block Pokestick. We hopefully can set up a good card draw engine, and that's how we outvalue them this game. That's pretty good, too. Try to kill Jax with that. Grave Companion is a fun card, but it's a very low tempo in matchups like this. But we keep up Soul Harvest for a champion, so I'm going to try to risk it. Well, maybe not Vi. They are playing timelines, they just haven't drawn it yet. That's not a bad draw. Whoa, do I try to rift this here? I certainly will try. I want to get this done before they equip her, that'd be really bad. This goes very poorly if they have a catch. Ah, oh, brutal. Okay, this is not going well. Wait a second, I think this is fine. They can't kill our Grave Companion, at least this turn. I mean, I wouldn't say we're in a favorable position. Our hand's looking a little awkward. But if this is their entire attack, they get to push some damage, but they don't kill our Grave Companion. We could go, yeah, like this, and Hate Spike. It saves a lot of health, and we still get our card draw. Which I think might be worth it. Because if it's, they only have 3 cards in hand left. They might just not have many units left. And then if we can actually just start drawing these cards, we might be able to catch up. Another Glimpse Beyond. I might just start Glimpse Beyond on this Husk. Because we draw 3 cards for 2 mana. That's kind of nice. Alright, those are good cards. Vi's is still troublesome. So I'm not sure if I want to play
Hey, I've done more with less.
one of our champs. I can play Hydrovine. Maybe that's better. Maybe not. I don't know. Because they'd have to trade Vi for Hydrovine. Am I okay with that? I don't know. There's always a chance we top deck a Vengeance, and we can just save Hydrovine anyways. But if they don't have Vi on board, their board isn't that scary right now. That's really bad. Yeah, so now we need to find answers. Norra's leveled. If we can save her. Or get her in time. Worst comes to worst, I don't think we're dead this turn.
Justice firsthand. Trouble coming at ya.
Why does he get +4? Cheapers.
Eat this.
Oh, tricky.
Freeze.
Norra, and you know what?
Can we just kill them with Atrocity soon? It's still at 19. It's probably not. We can go like... I really don't want to go down this low. This is so bad. Either way, we're kind of dying. I don't know if we can do anything here. Do we even have any options? Oh my gosh. Dude, I had no clue Puzzling Signpost did that. You're so right. Destroy a unit's equipment. Literally, I've never used that for that in my life. Does it even do anything here, though? Jack says Overwhelm just from his level up, so that doesn't do anything. At least this saves some life. Or is this better? Oh man, I don't even know. I guess it removes Overwhelm and Vi. Jeepers, I don't know if I feel very great about this, but it is a play. It does save a good chunk of health and stops them from getting easy Overwhelm in the future. We just need to find our Vengeance. Like, I think that's pretty much our outs at this point. They don't really have a way to stop Vengeances. We should still be drawing a ton of cards. Yeah. Hopefully we can just... Man, I'm frustrated at that loss. I'm really annoyed at that loss. Look at our hand, and we just had like no interaction for most of that. We killed the first 2 champions really well. But there have been several games now where I'm like digging through my deck and I just can't find any answers. Because they have no interaction for, like, vengeances. And that would have saved a lot of trouble. Good game, though. Well played from our opponent. I don't know if there was anything we could have done at that point then to save us. We have 2 Vengeance and 1 Dawning Shadow. I feel like three Vengeances would be pretty nice. But this was a list that was doing really, really well on the leaderboard, so I figured we'd give it a roll.
Remember, we're the ones who make progress happen. Let's go, people!
Dawning Shadow's third Vengeance? Yeah, pretty much. I'll take the Poison Dart. You could also run Mini-Morph in this deck. At burst speed. I wonder if that's ever worth it. I don't know what to do here. Well, at least that's a fearsome blocker. Probably better than Grave Companion here.
Mages can't hide from me.
That really sucks. Are we literally gonna have to Vengeance this thing?
My cause is right. You can't outrun justice.
If we go to 6, we're pretty much just dead. Like, they can burn us out with double Shock Blast, or a single Shock Blast with double Jayce, Lux Beams. I don't think we can go down to 6 here. That feels really bad. I definitely want to try Lux Jayce out at some time. I haven't played that in a while.
I fight for a brighter tomorrow. Deep breath now.
Viego still dies to a
Tomorrow has never looked so
Exploderator. But he dies to double Exploderator from Jayce anyways.
Let's get to work. The whole world will know my language. Denounce magic. Hey, show me that again.
Okay, so what we can do here is just play Dawning Shadow. And then whichever unit's scariest afterwards, we can use Hate Spike to kill it. Oh, that's really spooky. This is not good if they have a Mystic Shot here. But at least this keeps our Viego alive. Alright, well that's a pretty big swing. This is so much better than if they had used like double formula. Spell Shield on Hydrovine's huge. That's still pretty good. Pretty sure we're just slamming Hydrovine here. I think it's probably worth it to go Glimpse Beyond here. Rather than attack for the 3 damage. The 3 damage is kind of pointless if we just die next turn. Do I take this attack? I think I might as well. We're kind of dead on the open attack. They'd be pushing 7, 10. Even if we kill one, we're exactly dead. So I'm going to have to take the attack and hope they block. Jeepers. Man, this is what I mean like these past few games. I don't feel like these would be horrendous matchups. But we are not winning. They haven't played a Shock Blast yet. If we open attack and get damage through, and maybe top deck an Atrocity.
Home is just around the portal.
Very kind if you think
Okay.
grace is with your presence, my lady.
How aggressive can we get here? Does getting aggressive do anything? What does getting aggressive look like at this point? If we attack, they almost certainly just chump block. We're dead to Shock Blast either way. There's no way we ever win on the open attack, right? If we go like this, they go block, block, take 4. We're not winning on the open attack. So I'm gonna have to try to get them. Oh, jeepers, that's not good. Yeah, okay. Viego's huge, so now next turn we still get them with Atrocity.
Come on then. Stop her for I smack you.
Wait, does Viego leveling too? Oh my gosh, he's 1 power short of leveling. Not that it matters in this situation, but this is crazy. What a game.
I'm so alone. Are you different?
Everywhere
Oh
I go,
no.
the light follows.
Oh no. What can we do? What can we do? We can just I think we're dead. No, it's too late. They already get the laser. This is what I mean. There's so many games where like we don't find the answers.
With hearts aglow.
What? What are you doing? What is going on?
Brighter than before.
I was gonna say if they took the attack we could actually vengeance and then they wouldn't be able to play. Well, that's a little annoying. Probably GG. Maybe not. If we go Vile Feast. Oh no, this guy's already triggered. because he triggered when he entered the battlefield, so we wouldn't get the draw. I don't think Vengeance does anything here, though. Oh, can they? Because they get the laser no matter what. At this point, it doesn't matter what we kill, though, because for the final spark kills anything. Oh, I can kill my small units. Is that what you mean? Ah, because this creates a stupid 1/1 anyways, so it doesn't do anything. Maybe I misplayed that. I don't think, was there a way out of that? Because I think the Vile Feast is always going to create a 1/1 anyway. So I don't think that does anything. The laser. Man. I feel like that was like, I don't even know. They just like beat down on us, you know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like those are games I should be winning. I just don't know where it goes wrong. Alright, let's see if we can squeak out one more. Cause like, I don't know. It's just annoying when they have that 6/6 on turn 3, you know what I mean? And that like deals 6 damage and makes me use a Vengeance. Or else we would have been dead even sooner. Samira Akshan. Okay, this is a cool one. I'm excited to see how this one plays out. Ugh, I feel so... Norra just feels so miserable into a Samira meta. I don't even know if it's worth it to keep her in these matchups. I guess that's one way around it. Lots of removal. So, hopefully we can kill the early game. Yeah, I've seen Majin Blake play this one. It looks like a lot of fun. I was thinking about giving it a try sometime. Alright. Portals, rockin' and rollin'. Norra, hopefully lose past turn 3. Ooh. That's actually really good if we draw our Hydrovide. This is pretty good if this goes through. And if they have a Shape Stone, it would only give it 1 health, so we could still respond with a Pie Toss or Poke Stick. Looking good, looking good. Another Norra. I don't know if I should rip a Portalpalooza here. I think I'm more nervous about them playing their champions again. I'll just start with the Norra attack. In that case, what can I do here? I think I can just go Portalpalooza, go into next turn with 6 mana. That leaves up a lot of our interaction. I think that's pretty good. Oh my gosh, that's actually so bad for us. It's bad for them too, but we had a lot of cheap interaction. It's like, you're getting Glimpse Beyond at the first opportunity. But even Glimpse Beyond would cost too much. Oh wow. Oh wow.
Don't ask for permission or forgiveness.
I'll just pass. I want them to play this mana to give her a challenger or something. So they don't have mana for... Okay, well now I can just Vengeance her. I didn't want them to be able to give her Spell Shield. But now we can go just Vengeance, I think, is our only option, but that's still really good here. Alright! Unlucky, yeah. Like, this is the type of game where I really love this deck. I feel like we're so in control of this deck, or of this game. Yeah, that was wild. But some of the other games, I feel like we kind of just got roasted. Where I feel like we should have a decent chance in most matchups, but some of those games we just got rolled. But games like that make me really enjoy the deck, and I feel like it's like a good deck, so I'm not sure where I feel with it right now. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. That's going to be it for tonight. I don't know. Maybe I'll keep playing it, because I really enjoyed it. I don't know how great it is, but when it works, it feels really good. And obviously some players are doing really well. Dr. Chekhov got like top 10 on the leaderboard. So yeah, I hope you guys have a good one. I'll see you around. I'll be back tomorrow night for some more games. And I'll see you then.